Alrighty, I'm done making my super soil for the Blue Dreams seedlings that I'm going to pot in here. I'm going to divvy them up between these two-gallon pots and, quarts. And then I'll have enough left over probably to do some filler and to add it into the 5-gallon bags when I do a final transfer. So here's what I use and how much and why. So here I started with the Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil, just a native soil. I did a 4-to-1. I've experimented with other ones doing like 50-50 or 2-to-1, but you want to do your soil, like amend your soil according to what you're growing. So I'm growing, right now this is for Blue Dream, and they are nitrogen hungry plants. So I've altered how I've made my soil because of that. But anyway, so here's the Fox Farm. I did a 4-to-1 of that. This is cocoa coir mixed with perlite. I threw that in like maybe 2 parts of that. I didn't quite measure exactly everything, but what I did was like 4 scoops of one, and then one or 2 scoops of another, and then went around like that. That's how I did it. Worm castings. Added that in there, 1 part to 4 parts soil of that. Bat guano, about a half part of that, a half part to 4 parts soil. And let's see, I'll get to this later. This is Epsom salts. I know a lot of new growers forget about this. I don't think it's important, but it is. Your plants need the Epsom salts. It helps them to grow strong roots, and it helps them to just be healthy. And let's see here, I have vermiculite. And I'll talk about when to use vermiculite and when not in a second. I discovered this last grow. I was having problems getting a proper amount of phosphorus. So I bought this, and it seemed to really work well. This, you see, is that 12 in there. That's what I needed. Because these are nitrogen-loving plants, I also, this time around, use blood meal and bone meal. Not too much, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of blood meal to a tablespoon of bone meal. And that was about it of that. You don't want to do too much of those because it will burn your plant. And this is Biotone Starter Plus. Starter plant food. I bought it because it's mycorrhizae. I just discovered the beauty of mycorrhizae is that it helps your plants take up the nutrients in the soil. So when you're growing with cocoa coir, it's important that it's almost like doing a hydro grow. So it's important that your plants be able to get as much nutrients out of the soil as possible. I'm going to divvy this up between the 2 pots, and I'm going to wet this down with just plain water and let it cook for a couple of days. I want to let it cook so that when you plant it, it's not too hot for your plants. You don't want to burn it. You might see some little orange specks. I had a little orange that I was eating, a mandarin, one of those cuties, I had a couple of them. And so I just chopped them up into little fine parts and put them in the soil. It doesn't hurt them. So I figure, why not give it everything I can give it. I actually have some fruit that I have been composting since December that I'm going to start using as well in this. But I also have some compost the liquid compost that I made last summer that I started using in my newts recently. Really helps them grow. But anyway, this is the super soil. And when I get ready to plop the plants into this, I'll come back with more.